Google recently released the production version of Angular 13 for public consumption. There are several changes to this version of Angular. From my perspective, one of the more interesting changes is the enough support for Internet Explorer 11. I won't go through all of the changes, but you can certainly read it for yourself on the official Angular blog. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to compare two identical Angular application, one developed using Angular 12 in strict mode and the other using Angular 13 in strict mode. Of course, with Angular 13, when you new up a new Angular application or workspace, it's in strict mode by default. Let's take a look at the code bases first. So in my IDE here, for Angular 12, for both apps really, I'm using this version of the Angular CDK and Angular Material because Angular Material is very popular these days. I am also using NGRX, which is the Redux library designed specifically for Angular. Okay, and on the 13 side, on the Angular 13 side, I'm using the same packages. Of course, on the Angular 13 side, I'm using a newer version of the CDK and Angular Material, and I'm also using the latest version of NGRX, and of course, a newer version of TypeScript for Angular 13. Now, let's take a look at the two apps. Obviously, they're both web apps. So they are essentially CRUD application. I have MongoDB running in the background. The API is coming from Node.js, Express, and MongoDB. And all the application and data source are on the, they're inside the wire, on my same local network to reduce latency if we were to go outside the wire. So let me show you how these two apps works. Like I said earlier, they are just CRUD application, pulling car data out. Now let's go ahead and make a post. Let's just do some gibberish in here. $1988, that sounds like a good year. Red, and then price, 888. Car, okay. There you can see it's persisting there. And then you can either edit this. Let's make this 999, 1992, save. See here, it's persisting. It should persist on this side as well because it's coming from the same data source, right? Let's go ahead and delete this. Okay, let's go add some more gibberish here, blah, 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 on the 13 side, blah, 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 1992, color, I don't know, bronze, price, $1 million. Dr. Evil. Add, okay, there it is, delete that, edit that, limited. Okay, all right, you guys got the idea. All right, so let's go ahead and clear this out. Let's go to the network tab first. Of course, I am testing this in incognito mode to get rid of all the extensions. Let's do 12 first. Okay, do hard reload a couple of times. Okay, let me pull this up so you can read it a little bit easier. Okay, there are your times. Let's do hard reload. Okay, you get a little bit faster speed, a little bit smaller resource going across the wire in terms of total size, but 12, the initial transfer is a little bit smaller. Let's go to Lighthouse. Okay, let me pull this up, see a little bit clearer. Okay, there's your data. Okay, let me put this up a little bit higher. Let's go to Lighthouse. Generate report. This is 13, by the way, as you can see there. Look like the performance is just a little bit better. Interesting, the first content flow pane is a little bit slower on the 13 side. Okay, all right. Let's go to performance here. Let's do that. Okay, let me expand this so you guys can see for what it's worth to you guys. Okay, let's go to memory. Let's do a snapshot. Okay. You can certainly pause the video and look at this stuff. Okay. Now let's go do this on the 13 side. Put that out so you can see a little bit better. Let's go performance. Do the reload here. Obviously, I'm serving these two apps after it's been built. Okay. Okay, let's go to memory. Let's take a snapshot. Okay. Again, you can pause the video or slow it down to look at these figures. Okay, let's take a look at the terminal. Okay, so these are the two terminal. I want to point something out to you guys. So this is the Angular 12 strict mode when I ran the production build. You can see the configuration here. So obviously the main JavaScript bundle is smaller. Remember, these are the exact same app, exact same functionality, exact same amount of CSS. It's interesting that the polyfills for Angular 13 is slightly bigger than the polyfill for Angular 12. Everything else relatively equal. Okay, hey, thanks for watching. If you are a subscriber, I appreciate your patronage. If you are not a subscriber yet, please consider clicking the subscribe button. It won't cost you anything and it'll help me grow the channel. Please subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. See you next time.